Hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to ID Talk TV. In this video, I will bring you the latest on football, precisely on Chelsea Football Club and also the sack of a manager in the English Premier League. So stay tuned as I take you around the latest happening in the world of football. One player have been among the bomb squad and was not quite really talked about. But in this video, we'll be talking about that particular player who has also been enlisted in the bomb squad. But the player is quite confident and has been talking. So let's take a look at the latest on Axel Disasi. Check this out from Nisa Kinsella. Chelsea defender Axel Disasi is ready and willing to play for Chelsea again if called upon. He is expected to be in the so-called bomb squad, but wants to fight his way into managers Enzo Maresca's thinking. Axel Disasi is one player that actually refused to leave Chelsea during the transfer window. Several clubs came knocking, but Axel Disasi did not indicate any interest of leaving, despite being added to the bomb squad, in quote, as Chelsea called it, the bomb squad. And what that simply means, all the players in the bomb squad are not part of Chelsea first team activities. They no longer take part in anything that connects to the first team. And as such, even their own separate toilets has been given to them. They can no longer even eat with the first teamer. So Axel Disasi have actually come out to say he is ready and willing to fight his way back into Enzo Maresca thinking. And the report went on to say, Axel Disasi wants to prove himself and get back into Enzo Maresca's thinking, albeit from a separate building for now, as he is expected to be in the bomb squad. Disasi has declared himself available if called upon. Axel Disasi has actually declared himself available if called upon. But currently, he is among the bomb squad and they are all in a separate building entirely. Among players in the bomb squad are Ryan Sterling, Axel Disasi, and David Datro Fofana. These three players have been excluded completely from the Chelsea setup. And here is Axel Disasi actually talking tough. One thing I admire about what Disasi is actually doing, I love his confidence. He didn't even allow that to deter him. And what he said is that he's going to work his way into Enzo Maresca's thinking. And that actually means he's going to put in the work and let the manager actually see that he is working, such that whenever he's called upon, he's still willing and ready to play for Chelsea. So the big question is now, who will Axel Disasi actually be putting on the bench among Chelsea centre-backs? Because we are looking at the centre-backs now. Who do you think Axel Disasi will be better off? Now let's look at the centre-backs that Chelsea have currently. Currently, Chelsea have Tosin Adarabioyo, Trevor Chalobah, Levi Colwill, Benoit Badiashile. Those four centre-backs are available. Can Axel Disasi bench Benoit Badiashile? A lot of people can actually debate that. Some can say yes and some can say no. But in my opinion, despite both players are prone to mistakes, in my opinion, I feel Badiashile is still much better than Axel Disasi. Can Badiashile actually bench Tosin Adarabioyo? That is not even a topic to debate, in my opinion. It's nowhere close. Can Badiashile actually bench Levi Colwill? Even despite being injured, we know pretty soon he will come back when he's going to come back. But it's also not a topic to debate because Levi Colwill is actually one defender that Chelsea actually rely upon. Can Badiashile bench Trevor Chalobah? It's a no-no. Trevor Chalobah currently is indispensable when it comes to Chelsea defense line. So, and even if all of these players are not available, I mean the centre-backs I've just mentioned that are available for Chelsea, talking about Tosin Adarabioyo, talking about Benoit Badiashile, talking about Trevor Chalobah, and also Levi Colwill. Axel Disasi cannot bench any of those players. And all of these players cannot suffer an injury at the same time. I love his courage. I love his confidence. I love what he said. And that actually means he should keep working hard and keep getting himself prepared. Should a club come calling in January, he will still, I think the door will still be open for him to leave. Because if those players are listed and not available, Chelsea still have Jorel Atu, who can also play as a centre back, and also George Achampong, who have also been tried even as a centre back. In our opening match against Crystal Palace, George Achampong was at the heart of the defence line, and noticeably, he did excellently, very well. So, what is your take on what Badiashile have just said, that he's going to work his way into the thinking of Enzo Maresca? Drop your comment down below in the comment section. Okay, check this out. I think this is one sort of good news that is coming out from Chelsea. Check this out. Romeo Lavia and Badiashile in team training today. Romeo Lavia and Badiashile have returned from their injury and are part of the team training today. It's good to see, and that actually shows the confidence and the depth that Chelsea actually have in the squad. So, good to have Badiashile and Romeo Lavia back into the team. And about Romeo Lavia, I think his injury is gradually becoming a concern like that of Reece James. No doubt, Romeo Lavia is an excellent midfielder. I think if Enzo Fernandez is not there last season, Romeo Lavia definitely always fill the gap and ensure he fills it very well. Excellent footballer, I must say. One that Chelsea can actually really rely upon. But injury is gradually becoming a concern. And it's high time, I think, Chelsea begin to treat Romeo Lavia injury just like that of Reece James. How many of us have actually noticed that Reece James is gradually becoming him real self, the confident with the way he plays football now? I think we ought to see that consistently from Reece James, because it looks like the injury worries of Reece James is gradually becoming to be a thing of the past. But that is one concern about Romeo Lavia currently. Excellent midfielder, I must say, but prone to injury. Unlike last season, if Romeo Lavia is injured, Chelsea will be worried because we are left with only Enzo Fernandez. But currently, this season, in that particular position, Chelsea have a lot of players in that position. If Enzo Fernandez is not there, Andre Santos is there. If Andre Santos is not there, we have Dario Sugo. There's one sad news, not a bad news. There is sad news that actually come in about Dario Sugo. Shortly, we are going to see that. So, talking about Romeo Lavia, it's good to see him back with the team in training, and I would love to see him do what he knows how to do best in the team. Welcome back, lads. Okay, earlier I made mention of Dario Sugo. The news is not palatable. Check this out from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea confirmed Dario Sugo has undergone successful surgery on a thigh injury suffered on international duty and will now begin its recovery. Liam Delap also expected to return in November. Not a good one. Not a good one. When we are actually at a point whereby football will resume, I mean, the league game will resume fully, and it will take a long time before the international break will actually come in. This is not the sort of news we will want to be hearing as Chelsea, but it is what, as Chelsea fans, but it is what it is. He has to attend to that call of his national team. And while on international duty with the Portuguese national team, Dario Sugo actually sustained injury, and Chelsea confirmed that Dario Sugo have undergone surgery on his thigh and is gradually recovering. And the report went on to say that Liam Delap still remains out and is expected to return in November. Okay, so that is the latest in the front of Chelsea Football Club. Okay, let's switch gears. The sack of manager in the English Premier League have started. Initially, I was thinking that after Chelsea went all the way to the London Stadium to defeat West Ham United by 5-1, in one of my videos, I actually stated that Graham Potter is on hot seat and definitely might just be the first manager to show the exit. But that is not it. Graham Potter is still in his job. But one manager in the English Premier League has been shown the exit. Check out this report from the touchline. Official, Nuno Espirito Santos has left Nottingham Forest. Nuno Espirito Santos has left Nottingham Forest. In a nutshell, he has been sacked. I don't like sugarcoating all those words. He left, he departed, he left on mutual agreement, he's leaving. No, he has been sacked. In as much as another manager will be coming in, Nuno Espirito Santos has been sacked from his job as Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest Football Club went on to release an official statement to that effect. Check this out from Nottingham Forest official ex-handle. Nottingham Forest Football Club confirms that following recent circumstances, Nuno Espirito Santos has today been relieved of his duty as head coach. The club thanks Nuno for his contribution during a very successful era at the City Ground, in particular his role in the 2024-2025 season, which will forever be remembered fondly in the history of the club. As someone who played a pivotal role in our success last season, he will always hold a special place in our journey. Nuno Espirito Santos has been sacked as Nottingham Forest. This is one manager that did excellently well in the 2024-2025 EPL season with Nottingham Forest. I mean, he was almost at the verge of making Champions League football. He fought hard with the team down till the last day, till the final day, the final match of the season, when Chelsea travels to the home of Nottingham Forest and defeated them by 1-0. And that is how Nottingham Forest were knocked out of the Champions League spot and ended up getting qualification to play in the Europa League. So as it stands, one manager that have been very pivotal for their success last season, talking about Nuno Espirito Santos, have been sacked as Nottingham Forest manager. So we're actually thinking, in my opinion, I was actually thinking that Graham Potter might be the first manager to get the exit. But Graham Potter is still in his job. But rather, what did we see? Nuno Espirito has been sacked. And yes, the latest coming from David Houston. Nuno Espirito Santos depart position as Nottingham Forest head coach. Set to confirm 51-year-old Portuguese relief of duties, not his decision, after almost 2 years in charge, plus guiding club to Europe. It was actually not his decisions to leave, so invariably, he has been sacked by the club. And the club went on to appreciate everything, his effort, his contribution to the success they actually had last season. Nottingham Forest finished in the top 6 last season, and all thanks to Nuno Espirito, who did excellent job with the crop of players he actually had in his possession. It was good to see, doing great stuff. And for Nuno, I want to say, I wish you good luck in your next job. So, it's football. The manager comes in, and manager will definitely leave. That's just how the game is. So, and guess who is coming in, or who Nottingham Forest is actually hiring to be the next manager? Like they will always say it in Nigeria in my local palace, one man's food is another man's poison. No doubt, one man has been tipped to be a successor to Erik ten Hag, but that didn't happen. Rather, Bayer Leverkusen have appointed a 53-year-old Danish manager, talking about Kasper Højlund. But the one who was actually tipped initially is now going to be the next manager of Nottingham Forest. Should everything goes as planned. So let's check out the latest report coming in from David Houston. Ange Postecoglou to be confirmed as Nottingham Forest head coach imminently after Nuno Espirito Santos' departure. 60-year-old Australia will lead Nottingham Forest Football Club for Saturday's trip to Arsenal, joined by a number of staff work with at Tottenham Hotspur. According to David Houston, Ange Postecoglou will be the next manager of Nottingham Forest and is likely to be in charge of their next match away to the Emirates Stadium to take on Arsenal Football Club. And Ange Postecoglou will be going with some of his staff that worked with him while at Tottenham Hotspur last season. Let's not forget, it was a mixed feeling for Ange Postecoglou at Tottenham Hotspur, where he led the team, Tottenham Hotspur, to a 17th position in the EPL standing, but went on to lift the Europa League and qualified Tottenham Hotspur for UEFA Champions League football. And it was indeed a mixed feeling. But today, the reports have it that Ange Postecoglou will be the next manager of Nottingham Forest after Nuno Espirito Santos has been sacked. Okay, and Fabrizio Romano went on to confirm that Ange Postecoglou has been signed as Nottingham Forest manager. Check the report. Official, Ange Postecoglou signed in as Nottingham Forest as new head coach. Evangelos Marinakis. We are bringing a coach to the club who has a proven and consistent record of winning trophies. A winning and consistent record of winning trophies. Yeah, anyway, Ange Postecoglou have a record of winning trophies, most especially in his second season, and that was exactly what he said while in Tottenham Hotspur. In the first season, he actually did not win any trophy, but in his second season, he went on to lift the Europa League with Tottenham Hotspur. So, Nottingham Forest have actually signed Ange Postecoglou to be their next manager in the 2025-2026 EPL season. So we hope to see how this will play out for Nottingham Forest. If Ange Postecoglou will definitely give the team, the club, the desired result which they enjoyed last season under Nuno Espirito Santos. So we'll see how that play out. But all the same, congratulations to Ange Postecoglou for securing another job. Okay, let's take a look at this report concerning Kanouté. Check this out from the touchline. Breaking: an agreement for Ibrahim Kanouté to join Real Madrid on a free transfer next season is now advanced, as reported by Marca from Spain. Interesting. Ibrahim Kanouté refused to extend his contract at Liverpool Football Club, and report Avid from Spain that talks is in advance to join Real Madrid on a free transfer. Talking about Real Madrid Football Club currently is a brand. They might not be spending heavily the way they normally do in the past. But what they does to remain relevant as Real Madrid is to wait for players at the end of the season, and they get big name players on a free. Let's not forget, Kylian Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain to Real Madrid was a free transfer. Kylian Mbappe, after his contract expired as Paris Saint-Germain, he joined Real Madrid on a free. Let's not forget also Alaba from Bayern Munich to Real Madrid in 2021, after his contract expired, joined Real Madrid on a free. In 2022, Antonio Rudiger from Chelsea to Real Madrid was a free. Real Madrid just have a way of getting these big names players on a free, and they still remain relevant in the scene. And that is why they are Real Madrid. And that is the brand they have actually built that attracts so many players to always want to join the team. So what do you make of all the latest happening in the football? Axel Disasi wants to make his way and give Enzo Maresca a thinking chance to actually bring him into the team. Dario Sugo has been sidelined with thigh injury and have undergone surgery. Lavia and Badiashile back in training. And Nottingham Forest have sacked Nuno Espirito Santos and has been replaced by Ange Postecoglou. What do you make of all the latest happening? Drop your comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you in my next video. Bye. See you guys later.